Hey people, welcome back to Bricks with Tips. You're back with myself, Tayo Oguntonade, co-founder of Bricks with Tips and the Home Buyers Club. I bought my first property over 10 years ago now, and myself and my wife have been creating content to help people get on the property ladder. Since I got my first property, my wife and I have built a property portfolio in the multi-millions. We've also had a lot of success with social media, television, speaking engagements, press, as you can probably see, front cover of the First Time Buyer Mag twice. So I say that really quickly so you understand that we are speaking from a place of expertise on this topic that you've come to listen about today. Anyways, guys, today I'm going to be talking about the full cost of buying your first home, what they don't tell you, what you might be missing out, what might surprise you and just bite you. Do you understand? So I'm going to be covering everything. Make sure you save this video and share it with somebody else that might be trying to buy their first home as well and wants a full understanding. Now, guys, before I go into the numbers, what I want to tell you, if you are new to this channel, this might be new to you, but for those of you that are returning, you know I'm like this as well because I've got your best interests at heart all the time. Before we get into these numbers, guys, you need to understand that nothing in this life worth having comes easy, right? Sometimes when there is a fairly big task, like buying your first home, sometimes the task itself can be overwhelming. I always say to people, don't try and boil the ocean. Take it step by step, right? Step by step allows you to tackle things one by one, one by one. If you take anything away from this video, remember this, a lot of littles make a lot, bit by bit. Just take little nibbles. Anyways, guys, in this video, I'm going to be taking it from the top to bottom, telling you how much it costs to buy the average property in the UK. Now, as I go through it, I will be describing how things could be cheaper, how they could be more expensive, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in this video, if you know that you're going to love it, why don't you drop a like right now just to support the channel, because we want to continue to make these videos for you, to enrich you, to help you get to your property goals. But let's get into it. Now, to assist, I'm going to put a counter on the screen that's going to start off at 0. And as we go through this, that counter will be going up. So we're going to start off with one of the most expensive things when it comes to buying your first home, which is your deposit. Now, the average property price in the UK currently, as of making this video, is roughly about £290,000. But let's just use £300,000 so we have a round figure. A lot of first-time buyers might put down a 10% deposit. So let's add £30,000 to the counter. Now, before we move swiftly on, I want to let you know that a lot of first-time buyers are able to put down a 5% deposit, which will be 15k, even a 1% deposit, which will be 3k, or even 0% deposit, which is effectively putting down no deposit. Now, guys, we've actually helped people in our community, the Home Buyers Club, achieve all of these, right? 0% deposits, 1% deposits, 5% deposits, 10% deposits, 20% deposits, anything that allows them to comfortably, safely, prudently afford, keyword, afford to buy their first home. We help facilitate them and get them to their dreams. Now, the reason why we're able to do that is that, as you guys know, we've been creating content on this for a while. And as you may not know, that I'm a qualified mortgage broker as well. So I've got those qualifications in that as well. Anyways, we move swiftly on. That's your deposit, £30,000 added onto the counter. Let's look at some more costs that you may not have thought about. Now, fortunately, your first-time buyer buying at 300k isn't going to pay any stamp duty, but I need to let you know that if you are buying over £300,000, stamp duty will be applicable. So for this example, we're actually going to add a 0 to the counter. Next up, your solicitor's fees. Now, with the solicitor's fees, what we're going to wrap in is not only your conveyancing fee from your solicitor, but also your land registry fees, your bank transfer fees, and a few other nominal fees that may come in the conveyancing process, all wrapped into your solicitor fees. Now, this does vary depending on the type of purchase that you're doing. So for example, if you're buying a leasehold flat or if you're using shared ownership, it could be more expensive. Also, where your solicitor is based on the country, it could vary quite differently. So we're going to put a range in. We're going to put a range between £1,000 and £3,000. So for that reason, I'm going to add £2,000 to the tracker. Next up, your mortgage broker fees, right? Your mortgage broker is a powerful member of your team that's going to get you to the position where you're buying your first home. Now, some mortgage brokers are free, some mortgage brokers charge. Not all mortgage brokers are made the same. I say that, I'm passionate about that because I used to be a mortgage broker. Mortgage brokers could be free, some could charge up to £1,000. So what we're going to do, we're going to put an average in there of £500. So next up, Your mortgage lender, depending who you're placed with, might have an arrangement fee. Now, an arrangement fee, the fee of it does vary. It could be £999, which is very, very common. What a lot of brokers will help you do is to add that fee onto the loan. So upfront, you might not actually pay anything. Sometimes they add it to the loan because there's so many upfront costs. Even though it's more expensive to add it to the loan because you'll pay more interest on it over the 25, 35-year term or whatever term you take, it can ease the upfront cost when you're buying your first home. Now, because you can add it to the loan and it may cost nothing, or you could pay upfront and it may cost £999, I'm going to add another £500 to the figure above, just so you know that we've accounted for that. Next up is your valuation fee. Now, this is an important fee. I'll explain to you how it arises, right? When your lender is deciding whether they're going to lend the money to you or not, they assess your affordability, but they also have to assess the property as well. They need to understand that this is adequate security for the loan. What I mean by that is that if I am going to give you a certain amount of money and what you're going to say is that, do you know what, if I can't pay back this money, I'm going to give you my Rolex. I'll say, cool, fine. So it's your Rolex, but I'm borrowing the money. And then if you can't pay back the money, you've given me a claim to your Rolex. So I can repossess your Rolex, right? Before we even do all of that, I need to go see the watch. You know what I'm saying? I need to see the watch. I need to see the papers. I need to see, is the Rolex ticking? Or is it smooth sweeping? Like, I need to understand, like, have you altered the watch in any way? Has it been sold for parts? Or I'm joking. Anyways, I say that to say your mortgage lender has to go around there and ensure that the property is adequate, it's standing well, it's doesn't have foundation issues, it doesn't have holes in the roof or whatever it may be. So they're going to go and do a valuation. You have to pay for it though. You have to pay for it. Now, for first-time buyers, a lot of lenders do actually offer first-time buyers a free valuation, but your valuation could cost up to £500. So what we're going to do, we're going to add £250 to the overall figure. Next up is your survey. We spoke about the lender doing their valuation to ensure that the property is adequate security for the loan. You also need to do some research to understand that this is good for you as well. The lender's going to do their due diligence. You've got to do yours as well. Now, you can get something, most people get something called a home buyer's survey, which is where you get a professional surveyor to go around there and give you a report on everything in the property, right? Now, most first-time buyers will end up getting a home buyer's survey, and that could cost them anything between £350 and £750. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw £550 into the overall figure. Right, so here's where we're getting to the bits that people might have forgotten about. So you've now done everything you need to do to buy your first home. Now you need to move your stuff out of your existing home or out of your parents' home or out of wherever you are at the moment. So you're going to need your removals van. Now you can get some friends, DIY and so on and so forth. You're probably going to have to buy the van or rent the van, sorry. So that might cost you between £100 and £200. Or if you can get a full team, that can cost up to maybe even £1,500. So what we'll do on this case, we'll put an average of roughly about £600 in there for removals. Next up, as you're entering a property, you're going to need to insure it. Insurance on exchange or completion. Typically, people do their buildings insurance on exchange and their contents on completion. All in all, that might run you about £150 for the year. Next up, as you're leaving a home, all your mail is still probably going to be going to your old home. So you may want to set up a mail redirection service. I know I've did that in the past, and that's roughly about £80 for the year. Next up, we got white goods. Now this can cost you anything between £1,000 and £2,000. So we're going to put in £1,500. Next up, people forget about cleaning. Sometimes you may have to bear the costs of cleaning and tidying up your previous home, and you're definitely going to want to get your new home cleaned. So if we call both cleans about £300, that will put you at £600. And the final one I'll leave you with is securing your home, right? That may mean changing the locks, installing a video doorbell, and so on and so forth. Things that kind of secure the home, make all of your goods safe, and make you feel comfortable in the home as well. Now, there's a number of things that I didn't include, like your initial repairs, your food shop on the first day, your first takeaway, because I know that in my first property, all of the first properties that I've moved into, all of the properties that I've moved to, not first properties, I've always got a takeaway in the first day, because after that move-in day, you can't be cooking, you probably don't have the utensils to cook. We haven't even included utensils. We haven't even included pots and pans. So there is quite some considerable cost when it comes to moving into your first home. Now, guys, this is probably the most important message, and one that we leaned into a bit earlier in the video. These figures aren't to scare you. These figures are to educate you. A lot of people don't know about these figures, so they don't know what they're walking into. These figures are used to empower you, not to cause fear in you. Sometimes people don't want to look into these figures, and because of that, they never achieve the goal that they've been working towards. It's kind of like they stay blind to it, they heard it's hard, and they just don't go forward with it. Sometimes you need to face these things head on. And like I mentioned before, it's not your job to boil the ocean. You take it step by step. Now, I'd like to wrap up this video by saying that, look, we've helped a considerable amount of people buy their first home in the UK. We're now being very intentional with this, and we do it through the Home Buyers Club. And just recently, we helped one of our members get 65k off her first home, a 65k discount, which is incredible. If you would like to join the Home Buyers Club and you want a proven roadmap to buying your first home, handheld, FaceTime with myself, because I do one-to-ones with our members, we create a map for you, we create a plan. When you're in the Home Buyers Club, you always have an action point. Remember I said it takes a lot of littles. You don't have to think about it. I will give you the littles to do that will result in a lot and result in you getting the keys to your first home. The Home Buyers Club is existing for over a year, and we've helped several people within the Home Buyers Club buy their first home as well. So if you would like to take part in it, we have limited spaces. Just click the link below. But as well, guys, I want to know what you think about these numbers, how you feel about them, how do they make you feel? Are there any numbers that surprised you? Are there any numbers that were missed? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.